Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carol Distel, and welcome to Manufacturing Week. I also want to wish everybody a happy Veterans. Anybody who is a veteran or a family member of a veteran, thank you for your service and your sacrifice. Country. So we have a schedule today. We have three amazing manufacturers that we want to get to. A few housekeeping items, though, I want to take care of first is just so you know that our presenters will each be talking first, and then we'll be doing questions and answers following. So if you use your question and answer box and put your questions there at any time, feel free just to use that. The other thing too is we hope that you do ask questions. So we are giving in total $20, $25 gift cards, e-gift cards to students who ask questions on all of our webinars. So if you please do that, even if we don't get to answer your question, we will recognize it as long as it's something legitimate towards our manufacturers. So the other thing too is we are going to ask you to fill out a survey. So when you close off the webinar, there will be a survey that will pop up. And on that, you can learn more information about our scholarship opportunities for seniors as well. So please use that. If you are watching this as a classroom, we will send the link to your teacher and they can send the link to you to take the survey following. Again, students who take the survey will also be put into a pool to earn $20, $25 gift cards. So there's some way to make some extra fun pocket money and cash here. So thank you so much. So with that all being said, I want to also let you know that we are going to be co-hosting with Jerry Hill. Jerry and I both work at West Michigan Works. So sometimes you'll see myself on the screen, sometimes you will see him. But right now, what I want to do is introduce our first speaker, who is Susan Conroy. Susan from Aspen Surgical. Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you, Carol?
I'm good. Thank you. Tell us a little bit more about Aspen Surgical.
Sure. Thanks for having me on today. So like Carol said, my name is Susan Conroy and I'm the Continuous Improvement Manager here at Aspen Surgical. And I am also here with Tom Shaver, and he is our Director of Manufacturing at Aspen Surgical. So Aspen Surgical, as the name suggests, I'll actually share my screen so you can see. As the name suggests, Aspen Surgical is a manufacturer of all kinds of different surgical devices used in the hospital, specifically the operating room during surgery. So we have an emphasis with our product lines on safety and efficiency for both doctors and patients throughout those surgeries. So our mission really is to create safer and more efficient surgical environments around the world. And we do that with a large variety of different products that we produce here at our site in Caledonia, Michigan. So our people, we have over 1,100 employees here at Aspen and around 250 employees in our Caledonia facility specifically. So I like to think that we're kind of a medium-sized company with a small company feel. We're all good friends here. We love to have a good time at work and certainly spend a lot of time together making products, improving our processes, and working to really improve patient outcomes in the operating room. So as I mentioned before, we make over 1,000 different types of products here at our Caledonia facility. Over in this photo over here, you'll see a couple of examples of the things that we make. It's mostly single-use products, which means that it's things that the doctor or the surgeon uses on a patient one time and then gets rid of and then uses another one on a different patient. So we make things like light handle covers that go up on the light in the OR to protect from some of the fluids and things in the operating room. We make fluid management devices to keep the floor clean and keep the space safe for doctors and surgeons and nurses. And also things like patient marking pens. So things that the doctor or the surgeon will mark on the patient with to indicate incision points and things like that for surgery. So all different types of products here. We've got a really great kind of family atmosphere at Aspen Surgical, and we like to have a lot of fun with what we do. I'd say one really key point about our mission is that we work in a business that is really, really important. Hospitals, operating rooms, and doctors' offices, those are things that impact every single person's life. So it's an industry that we're all extremely passionate about, and that makes it even more exciting to get up and come to work every day. So our footprint, I mentioned that I'm here at our site in Caledonia, Michigan, but we do also have a site in Las Piedras, Puerto Rico. They have some nice winter weather on the beach that we get jealous of up here in Michigan, but that's a fun site as well. They make mostly patient blades and scalpels. And we also have a site in Douglas, Arizona, and Agua Prieta, Mexico. And that is a personal protective equipment facility that makes things like face masks that we're all too familiar with nowadays, and gowns, as you'll see in the photo here. So before I pass it off to Tom, I am going to hand it over to Carol to show our video of a little bit more about what we do here in Caledonia.
Hi everyone, welcome to Aspen Surgical. Headquartered right here in Caledonia, Michigan, Aspen Surgical provides opportunities to make an impact globally, grow personally, and have a lot of fun along the way.
Before working here, I'd never worked in manufacturing, so I just thought it was a dirty, filthy job of some kind, but this has been anything but that. It's been a great place to work.
What I like most is the fact that I can come in any given day and be doing something totally different than what I did the day before. Whether it be making a different type of product, working on a different line, or working with new people, it is always something that you can look forward to and never being doing the same thing that's repetitious and only doing something out of the norm.
Working at Aspen has been a great experience. I've been in multiple different roles that I've got to learn new things. I've been able to work on my weaknesses, build upon my strengths to further my career, and I've also had a lot of opportunities for growth that I don't think I would have had anywhere else.
Well, the products that we make here are used in the operating rooms, so I believe it's very important.
If we didn't have our manufacturing, we wouldn't have the hospitals, we wouldn't be able to have the doctors, we wouldn't be able to perform life-altering surgeries and save somebody's life.
I believe manufacturing matters here at Aspen specifically because we save lives. We make products that help a hospital change the operating room over much quicker than they used to, and in emergency situations it's required. We also make products that help keep nurses, doctors, patients safe, and that's what really matters to me.
Manufactura es importante especialmente en nuestros artículos, porque nosotros proveemos los artículos para el bienestar del mundo entero, el bienestar de toda persona.
Thank you for taking the time to visit our facility virtually. Hopefully you've gotten a taste of what Aspen Surgical is and what we do, and see that there's an opportunity for us to work together in the future.
Good afternoon, everybody. Like Susan said, my name is Tom Shaver. I'm the Director of Manufacturing here at Aspen Surgical. I've been tasked with covering why manufacturing matters, right? So I'll get into kind of high level why I think it matters not only here in Michigan, but also nationally. I'm going to cover some statistics. I'll try not to bore you with it, but at the end of the day, I think it is important to understand, to frame the entire picture. So in the United States, GDP is a word all throughout there. 11% of basically what our country produces services. 11% of the revenue that comes out of America is from manufacturing. If you think about it in relating to really what you guys are more after is jobs after high school, 1 in 12 jobs in America is manufacturing related. So pretty big footprint when it comes to finding jobs in America. In Michigan, 20% of what is produced in Michigan comes out of manufacturing. So you can see it's an even bigger jump, almost twice as much as it is nationally right here in Michigan. So, and 1 in 7 jobs is tied to manufacturing. So it's a huge market, a lot of opportunity in manufacturing. You look at the total number of jobs in Michigan is 630,000 jobs. That's a lot of jobs out there. You know, I know we're growing. I know a lot of other companies in Michigan are growing. So I think that number is going to get even bigger here in the next 3 to 5 years, to be honest. One thing I want to paint too is our industry specifically with Aspen Surgical is the medical device industry, right? In Michigan, we're known for automotive and all those types of manufacturings, but medical device industry is actually becoming very big in Michigan. You got big companies like Stryker, ourselves, there's lots of them to name, but really there's more than over 500 different medical manufacturers in the state of Michigan. That's a lot. So just so you know the footprint of medical manufacturing. The next piece I want to touch on, the 129 million outpatient surgeries a year in 2018. That's really just to kind of paint the picture that this industry is not going away. Demand is there. It's going to continue. So it's a very strong industry. Next slide. Thank you. So all the boring numbers, all that stuff, how does this relate to you, right? How does this impact your day-to-day, or when you graduate high school? So our company specifically at Aspen is growing, rapidly. Really in the next 3 to 5 years, we want to triple in size. Okay, we're aggressively growing, and we're doing it by pursuing acquisitions and buying up other companies to grow both internally and organically. So we're growing. There's going to be a lot of opportunity here at Aspen. Right now, we have about 100 production operators, material handlers, shipping clerks who are in our distribution center right now as our team. And if you think about that mathematically, that's about 300 in the next 3 to 5 years if you just take 3 times growth. So there is going to be a lot of opportunity here to grow at Aspen. A lot of folks on that video kind of really took all the words that I need to say. So hopefully you got a good taste there. But the next piece I was going to talk about is I really consider this place the land of opportunity. I really do. I truly mean it. I mean, you heard a couple people touch on it in the video, but 16% of our office staff, people who aren't, direct workers on the line, producing product, moving material, have been promoted from entry-level positions. So one thing we pride ourselves here at Aspen is you don't have to have a college degree to succeed or to climb the ladder. Okay. If you're a hard worker, you show up every day, you have a good attitude, and you're ready to win, it truly is the land of opportunity. So that's something I'm very proud of. Susan and I both here at Aspen. Very clean. Hopefully you noticed in the video that it's a very clean environment. It is not a dirty environment. We make medical products, so obviously it has to be clean. People touched on in the video, we make products that save lives. So it's something to be proud of, right? And then we have an awesome tuition reimbursement plan. If you were to say, hey, you know what? Right now I'm not ready for college. I want to, start an entry-level position, work my way up. But the cool part is once you get in and you prove yourself, there is opportunity for college to be reimbursed. So that's a really awesome feature that we offer here at Aspen. The last thing I'll touch on really is right now, like many other companies in Michigan, we have a lot of positions opening because we're growing. So if you have a pen and paper, if you want to take this down or write it down, please, www.aspensurgical.com/careers / there. So the link is right there. But please, if you're interested or you know anyone who is, great place to be, and we're growing. So I appreciate your time, and Susan and I will look forward to answering any questions on the Q&A. Thanks so much.
Susan, thank you. You guys did an awesome job, and we really enjoyed your presentation. Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce Todd and Ed from JR Automation.
Hi, I'm Todd Sluice from JR Automation. I'm the operations manager for our quality drive facility. I oversee everything on the shop floor here with the equipment being built. I started at JR in 1993 while I was attending the Career Line Tech Center in Holland here. And I started working after school, cleaning up and working around the machines. And that's kind of how I got my start at JR. And then I'll let Ed go ahead and introduce himself, and then we'll go to our slide deck.
Yeah, hi everybody. Ed Scrotemore, similar to Todd, I started in high school. I think it was 98, 99, somewhere in there. Started out at JR cleaning up the floors. It was a nice little high school job. Shortly after graduating high school, I joined an apprenticeship program through JR, worked my way up as a machine builder. Been at JR for, at least in this industry, for a little over 20 years now. I'm a build manager now. I got a 35-man build team, and that's what I'm doing there now. So we can move on to the video, I think.
Actually, the slideshow.
So I always start the slideshow.
Yes. So at JR, we design, build, and integrate advanced automation solutions for industrial manufacturers and distributors all over the world. We work in a lot of different industries, some very exciting industries, as you see on the screen. Just highlight a couple of those so we don't take up a ton of time, but our division in Utah, they build amusement rides, roller coasters, and then different amusement type rides. And then automotive is a staple for our business, and we do a lot of welding for the automotive industry. And then also the life sciences that you see on there. And we have a lot of stuff going on right now for the COVID response, from high-speed mask lines to test kits for COVID right now. So a lot of our customers will come to us just with an idea. Sometimes they have some sketches or some drawings of what they want. Sometimes they have a product design, and then we work with them to develop equipment so they can manufacture their products. So those solutions that we come up with can really come in many shapes or sizes. We'll do small standalone machines, even smaller to just a jig or a fixture, all the way to large scale, fully automated systems, as you can see on the picture on the right. That line was welding parts for a car. So we were founded in West Michigan and really grown into a global presence. We have 23 facilities around the world with over 1 million square feet of manufacturing space, 2,000 employees, 20% are engineering. And then I just want to highlight that 80% of our workforce is in the skilled trades. With that, I think we want to go to our video, Carol.
As a leader in automation and technology, our ironclad workforce wouldn't be complete without our talented teams. Our strength lies in the hands of our highly trained and capable people. A diverse background of experience, skill, and raw talent is what distinguishes us from the rest. From control techs and builders to fluid power technicians and machinists, our passionate collaborators are ones that get the job done. We build innovative systems for America's most exciting industries, playing an active role in shaping their success abroad. Here, we create greatness with our minds as much as we do with our hands. Through proven experience and a passion for success, we create custom solutions built to endure our customers' most rigorous requirements, with built-to-last concepts and rugged results. We are builders, thinkers, designers, and doers. We believe the future is bright because we're building it together. And together, we are JR Automation.
So yeah, we want to really talk about the in-demand skilled trades that are out there. So there's as many as 3 million unfilled skilled trades positions out there in the US right now. And more than 10 million new skilled trades positions are projected by 2028. So kind of look at student enrollment versus the jobs out there, and student enrollment in trades nationally is much lower than the available positions in the coming decade. So it shows a real shortage for skilled trades workers out there. A little bit more about JR. So as I mentioned earlier, our workforce is made up of 80% skilled trades. So it's a huge, I would say, the backbone of our business is our skilled trades teams. We have 38 positions open right now in West Michigan. Most of that consists of machine builders, electricians, fluid power technicians, machinists, and fabricators. So due to the competitive market, experienced employees can be very difficult to find. Skilled trades workers are often hired based off ambition, work ethic, ability to learn, and working history. Many companies offer in-house training and apprenticeship courses for these opportunities. And Ed's going to talk a little bit more about ours in detail, what we offer here for those positions. We're both very passionate about hiring new team members and seeing them learn and grow and build a career for themselves. And one thing I just wanted to point out for everyone is, even if you do not have the specific skills, it's really important to show ambition, your ability to learn, and any working history that you have, even if it doesn't directly apply to the trade that you'd like to work in. And with that, I'll turn it back to Ed, and he'll talk about some of our specifics.
Yeah, I can talk about the apprenticeship program. So I know this is can be a new term to a lot of people. So if you think about the apprenticeships, the way I like to explain it is it's this is the degree of the trades. A lot of trades to be in it, you have to agree to do an apprenticeship program to switch jobs. There's a lot of companies out there. If you're going to say you're skilled in this, show me your proof, show me the completion of your apprenticeship, which is whenever you complete an apprenticeship, you're considered a journeyman, which I did my apprenticeship many years ago. I'm a journeyman machine builder. So if you think about building a house, nobody knows how to build the whole thing when they walk through the door. An apprentice is someone who who enters into a job, and is learning that job as they go. So you go in, you learn the small tasks of building a house, and before you know it, building a large project like a house or some of the machines that we build are just a series of smaller tasks. So you learn the smaller tasks as you go, and you become an expert in what you're doing, and you're able to build something like what we do at JR, is large multi-million-dollar machines that put together cars and some other interesting things. So apprenticeship, it is paid job. The beauty of the programs is you're getting paid while you're learning this. You do have formal education that you go to. At JR particularly, it's about 12 college classes. And then when you're done, you earn, like I said, a journeyman certificate. It's federally recognized credentials is what you get out of it. So the way this goes, like I said, there's a structured on-the-job training. Throughout a 4-year period, there are certain things that you have to learn as you go through, and it's outlined by the company very well. Typically, every company is a little bit different in how they do it, but for the most part, it's all the same, because this is all looked over and controlled by the United States Department of Labor. But you have a structured on-the-job training. These are not jobs you learn overnight. So that's why it's a 4-year program where it takes you that long to understand all the different aspects of it. But it is a company committing to you that they're going to show you all these different skills and teach you all these things. So the classroom training at JR, we do night classes. I know some companies do a little bit differently, but I think that's pretty much the norm. There's 12 of them, so we take 2-3 a year, and you're through it. They're good classes. It's hands-on stuff that you use specifically at work, so it makes them very interesting. The other beauty of it is it's a progressive wage scale where you can actually look at it and you see, well, this is what I'm making now, and this is what I'm going to make in 6 months, and then another 6 months, and then this is what I'm going to make in 4 years when I complete my program. So it is a commitment of the company. If I do what I'm going to do, or what I said I'm going to do, they're going to pay me this. So it's an advancement for yourself, a structured advancement. So you get out of it, like I had said, you get this is a quick snapshot of one, but federally recognized credentials, a journeyman certificate. This is, seeing out, anybody can actually go on and see, what did he have to complete to get through this program. For some trades like electrical, there is licensing, some federal and state licensing that you can actually do, that you have to have this certificate and completion to go through. It's a proven set of skills. So when you get through it, the company signs off, says, yep, you know how to do this. This person has met our expectations. And I said the wage increases. The company pays you while you're working. Love to point that out. You're actually getting paid while you're doing this. It's not watching yourself accrue debt while going to college or working at a restaurant as serving meals or washing dishes is kind of a dead-end job. You're actually building your reputation, getting paid, building your career while you're doing this. Pays for the classes. Again, not every company does it the same, but JR and a lot of companies pay for all the classes while you go through it. They provide the training, and they certify that we've done all the accomplishments, everything that's required of the program. So the big thing that I like to emphasize on this is an advancement of a career. So as you go through the program, you start out entry level. I started as a cleanup kid, working in high school part-time, worked my way into full-time, started this program, and you advance up. And I went from knowing nothing, just at that time they called a machine build assistant, worked my way up into machine builder, worked my way from there into a lead builder, actually leading projects and leading a small team of people, all the way up into what I have now as a build manager. And there's many opportunities beyond that I have available that I can move into if I want to go into project management, if I want to go into, I'll take Todd's job some days, ops manager maybe, but there's lots of opportunities. Like Tom had mentioned it at Aspen Surgical, they hire from within, and that's very much the model within the apprenticeship program. The best employees are the ones that a company grows throughout the years because they understand how things work. Like I said, you walk away with college credits. You can continue your college degree. I have plenty of friends who they got their apprenticeship, continued working, went into JR does tuition reimbursement as well, so they continued their college learning, got themselves their associate's or bachelor's degree. And then there's, I walk away with a certificate. Every apprentice walks away with a journeyman certificate. You can then take that to another company where they require you to have a certificate, and it opens up a lot of opportunities for jobs that requires it. If someone were to walk into JR right now with a journeyman certificate, machine builder, or something applicable, me and every other build manager would be fighting over them right now. So there's plenty of opportunities for continued growth within skilled trades. And like Todd said, there's no shortage of them coming up. So plenty of job opportunities.
Todd, thank you. We learned a lot. Really appreciate your presentation.
Thank you.
Bob from GlobalTec, you guys are up next. We're anxious to hear and learn about GlobalTec.
Great. Well, thanks for having us. I'm Paula Pijon, I'm the HR manager. We have a fairly new, young leadership team. I've been here just over a year. I'll let Bob introduce himself shortly. So very much like Susan and Tom at Aspen, our primary customer is in the medical industry. So, we get the opportunity to help somewhat with the pandemic right now. We create wire harnesses that go into hospital beds and gurneys. We also serve the military field as well as the aerospace. So primarily we are a customer focused organization, and we're dedicated to continuously improving our people, also our quality and our processes to ensure customer satisfaction. But the real focus is on our people, because without our people, we couldn't do all of those things. So we have about 200 employees here currently at GlobalTec. 80% of those employees are within the production field. And we also, it's entry level, very much like at JR, you don't necessarily have all the skill sets. We do require a grade 12 as a minimum requirement to get your foot into the door. We have our own in-house training. We have our own IPC certification program. We have a corporate trainer here. He's great. He provides IPC training as well as J standard training for a different skill set. So a lot of good stuff going on at GlobalTec. Basically, our core values are respect and kindness, and so we feel we have a great culture because that's basically what we hire for, and the expectations are here at GlobalTec. So I'm going to throw it over to Bob, and then I think we're going to show you our presentation.
Hi, I'm Bob Hump. I'm a continuous improvement manager here. Been in manufacturing and continuous improvement for about 30 years, and so. One thing that I've learned over all those years is that people and culture are key to any company's success. Mm-hmm. And one thing that we do here is we try to put processes in place to try to harness that power. Some of us, personally, I believe that culture is really the sum total of people's experiences with the processes in place. If they have a good experience with processes, they'll be more likely to engage, and then that perpetuates itself and it turns into some good stuff. So without further ado, I think we can
show our video.
Show our video. What
yeah, let's show our video.
I'm Frank Garzaloni, Vice President of Operations here at GlobalTec. We manufacture cable and wire harnesses for the medical, aerospace, as well as military industries. Here at GlobalTec, our mission is to enable our customers to bring innovative products to life. We do this by focusing on the how of how products are made so that our customers don't have to. Our people and culture are critical to the how of manufacturing. We want our people to grow with the business. We do this by enabling them to solve problems as they occur. By doing that and by focusing on those problems, it allows them to improve day after day and make GlobalTec a better company.
One thing that we strive for is trying to make our onboarding process as comfortable as possible. We try to prepare people as much as possible to get them to understand what they're going to expect when they get on the shop floor. With our tier meetings, some of the tools that we use to promote the employees to engage through problem solving, through continuous improvement. I think that's what sets us apart from a lot of other employers, that we really truly value what they have to say, and we try to get that up front when we bring them in the door.
Well, I like that the company helps me and my family because they're flexible.
What makes me really proud to work for this company is that each part, especially during this pandemic that we made, it reminded me that how many people were actually helping, and that made my day, and that makes me come to work every day.
GlobalTec promotes professional development by providing the training needed to grow within the company. In my case, I started in December 2019, and within about 6 months, went from being a production associate out on the floor to being an assistant lead.
At GlobalTec, we foster work-life balance for our employees by first starting by listening to the employees and what their needs are. We created flexible work schedules for our employees, including paid time off, including part-time schedules, and we also promote a really great employee assistance program here at GlobalTec.
We encourage all of our people to raise their hands when there's a problem. We do this so that they can learn in the moment. We develop processes to engage all disciplines to focus on the same goals. We do this so that our people can grow and so that we're all focused on the same targets, and that allows our company to grow along with it.
You'll see on our slide, as Paul and you guys get this up here, that we have a lot of processes in place. We use what we call RAILs, Rolling Action Item List. We talk about our CI program, all designed to get the folks to bring up ideas, issues that they're having. We also have our and-on system that we have to raise your hand so people can come, the help can come to them. It's really about them. So, is it working here, Paul?
I think so. Can everyone
Yep.
see our? Okay, very good. All right. So
Yes.
as Bob was alluding to, and the first slide says, our people are critical to how we do our business. And if we don't provide our people with the right tools and the processes, then, we failed them and we will fail essentially. So Bob has a lot of great stuff for us that he's incorporated into GlobalTec. And I'm going to let him just go over some of that. And you may have seen some of the features in the video, but he'll just give you a little bit more details of how we connect the dots here at GlobalTec.
Yeah, so really with our whole operating system that we're trying to do is we're trying to set business goals and then cascade it down through the business through our tier structure. And a lot of places do this. I mean, stand-up meetings ain't anything new. What we do though is we try to really hammer on, it's not just about measuring and talking about the news. It's it's measurement and it's Pareto, it's action. What can we do? So our tier meetings are crucial. We have a 3-tiered system here. I talked about rails at first here, rolling action item lists. Again, this is for the employees to get things on there that are, helping. Something's getting in their way. Help me, help me, help me. And they capture it. They talk about it every single day. We have owners' actions and due dates and all that good stuff. Our CI process is similar to Rails, but what I tell people is Rails help maintain the standard, CIs help improve the standard. So unlike a lot of suggestion boxes or anything like that, this is a living, breathing process. It's out there for everyone to see. We scribble all over it, which I like to scribble on things, and Paula scribbles real good too. And it's been really a great success here. We've driven a lot of great improvements for our people with that process. Not only for our process, everybody thinks that CI is really about, process optimization and leaning things out. Yeah, that's a part of it. But again, like I said earlier, if you don't have the people engaged in it, it's for nothing anyway. I mean, there's a lot of processes you start. 5S is one, for instance. This is one that we have not started here yet because we just got to make sure that people are engaged enough, because if they can't engage in a process, that's always one of the first things that goes by the wayside. We have hour-by-hour sheets, so we keep tally. Again, these folks are keeping an eye on what they're doing as far as rates. If they can't make it, they jot things down. If they have enough stuff, it transfers to a rail, and then we just close the loop there. Like I said, the end-on flag system is basically a visual paging system. We bring the help to them because we tell our folks that you guys are the most important resource we have. We keep saying that. And again, everything's based around the PDCA model, which is we plan, we do, we check, we adjust, and or affirm or abandon, sometimes we say. So a lot of good stuff that we're doing here. And again, it's really people-centric. So
yeah. And with the CIs too, we make it bring the problem, but also bring the resolution. And we ask that employees are part of that resolution. So if they bring forward a CI, one of our mandates is always let them know if we're accepting it or rejecting it, and also make them part of the process, help them brainstorm with us. So, and that keeps them engaged. And then, I think we have like about 85% of our CIs we accept. And so it's just a really great tool here at GlobalTec. So I can't say enough about it. Bob probably can, but anyway, so we'll move on to how we foster culture and work-life balance here at GlobalTec. So as I stated in the video, we offer, first and foremost, what we do is everybody has individual needs and life happens. So we want to just make sure that our employees know that we understand that. We also try to be very consistent, but we also are very empathetic and try to work with them. So we do, sometimes they'll want to go down to a part-time schedule, or sometimes they'll need to switch over to third shift, especially right now during COVID. So we try to just work with each individual and just try to help them make life better for themselves, so that when they're here, they don't have those stressors. So we provide part-time flexible schedules. Essentially, we've alluded to having so the employees tell us what schedules they would like to work, so that and see if we can match that. So we have various part-time schedules. We offer first and third shift opportunities. We work with the employees, during life events and challenges. We have bereavement leave, paid sick time, vacation time. We have offer 10 paid holidays per year. We also, and we've been very blessed and fortunate, during COVID, our business has increased. I'm going to just go down on a limb and say approximately 30%. So we've actually been hiring like crazy. We still are in need of about 10 production associates. But that being said, there's still a lot of overtime. We don't want to overwork our staff either. So we have them share an overtime schedule. So there's a group A and a group B, and every other weekend they get a 4-day weekend. So really try to think about their life and their work-life balance. We also just introduced a brand new employee assistance program that provides four free therapist sessions per employee, per dependent in the household, per employee for each calendar year. And we work hard, but we play even harder. So every last Thursday of the month, we have Spirit Day. So today we are celebrating, of course, Veterans Day, and congratulating our veterans that are among us. But every last Thursday, we'll celebrate and just have some fun. Bob will play some music on the shop floor. We're just trying to get really creative right now because we have to socially distance and we have to not have those, lunch gatherings or things like that. But we're just trying to still maintain some normalcy in the workplace and continue to have fun and laugh in the workplace. So that is us. That is GlobalTec.
Thank you so much, Paula, Bob. I appreciate that. So we're going to take some questions right now and we've had a lot of great questions coming in. So some of them have been answered, but we're going to kind of go through this again. So I'm going to start with JR Automation. And if you can talk to me a little bit about, you talked about the 4-year program for the apprenticeship. Tell me a little bit about your what the day looks like for you. So what time did you start? What time did you leave? How many days after work did you go to school? And what did that look like for you?
Yeah, that's good. So JR, we have a pretty open schedule when it comes to starting work. Our doors, everybody has a little scan card to unlock the doors, but the doors, you can get in at 4:30 in the morning and you have till 7 o'clock to get to work. So anywhere in there. JR is very lenient as to a work schedule. We don't work, you got to work to 7 till 4. We try to say, hey, work the hours that are needed and however you got to get there. So if you come in early, because you got, my daughter had a soccer game a couple weeks ago that I wanted to get to. So I came in early, I got my hours in, got done what I needed to, and I was able to go home. So in the apprenticeship program, it's very much the same. The apprentices will come in, they will work directly with an experienced machine builder. In my case, I'll speak to machine building, but all the trades are similar, whether it's machinist or welder, fabricator, electrician, fluid power. But work with an experienced machine builder. I kind of outline the tasks, expectations for the day, and we work on the tasks that we have. The days that we have school, it's actually pretty easy. It all depends on what you sign up for. Some classes are a little more intense, but a little more aggressive is where I was looking for, and they meet two to three times a week. But there's other classes, if you choose, you want to go 1 day a week is fine, and they've got that 1 day a week. A lot of them are what they call open entry, open exit classes, which are fantastic. Right down the road from us actually is a satellite campus of Grand Rapids Community College, who JR uses for our apprenticeship program. And it's all hands-on stuff, and you go in when you can, do what you can, and then you leave. So the instructor's there at certain times if you need help, if you have questions, so you go then when you have questions. If you don't have questions, it's something you're strong at and confident at, you just go and get your work done and go home. So yeah, that runs the classes. Usually the expectation of JR is 1 class per semester, which there's 3 college semesters per year. The summer semester is a little bit shorter, so a lot of guys and gals in the program will kind of double up during the year, find a class that comes naturally to them. Some are good at math, so they'll double up a math class or something else, so they don't have to do the summer college course, because who wants to go to school during the summer? But it's there, but you don't always have to use it. So.
All right, thank you very much. I'm going to kind of ask a similar question to Paula at GlobalTec, but I noticed in your video you had somebody who was a production assistant, and she said she had moved on in about 6 months to an assistant lead. So is that sort of the progression for somebody coming in to your organization? And how long, and what does an assistant lead do? What's their job?
Okay. Well, great question. I'm glad you asked, because that individual, Kendall is her name. She's actually just recently been promoted again. So with Kendall and with many of our employees, when we go through the onboarding process, we encourage all of our new hires, basically their future is in their hands. And we tell them, very high level, the steps they need to take in order to become a high potential and stand out in the crowd. And Kendall did, she took that very much to heart. And so she started as a production associate. Within 6 months, we actually focus, as probably many employers do, to try and promote from within first. So we do post our job postings, and anyone, even a temporary employee, staff member, they don't have to be a direct hire. We want everybody who is interested in a position that feels that they meet the qualifications to apply. So Kendall did just that for the assistant lead position. An assistant lead assists the lead, essentially. So it's there's a supervisor or a lead per area, and then there's the assistant lead that assists the lead. So it could be job setup, it could be training, it could be whatever assists the lead. would essentially be Kendall's position. Kendall's recently been promoted to a site facilitator or front of the house facilitator. So we're actually doing some org structure changes right now. And so we're going with 2 facilitators because of Kendall's enthusiasm, her positive outlook, just her demeanor and how she approaches the kindness and respect I was talking about with our core values, as well as her knowledge. She's very, very smart and she catches on very quickly. That is what led her to get the position, another advancement. So, if you work hard, you show up, you take accountability, you show integrity, that's how you're going to get promoted here at GlobalTec.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to move to Susan because we did get a question, and this has come up, I know, in each one of your presentations, but somebody had asked, what are the soft skills? And Paula, you just kind of talked a little bit at GlobalTec what it is. What's the soft skills that you're looking for when you're hiring an entry-level employee?
Sure. I would say that the main thing is just a work ethic and somebody who comes in with an open mind, willing to contribute ideas on how to make the workplace better. So somebody who's able to take direction and just work really hard in their day-to-day responsibilities, work as a team, and somebody who's flexible. I would say at our facility specifically, generally somebody is not going to come in every single day of the year and do exactly the same job. That would be extremely rare because we make so many different types of products. So somebody who's really willing to adapt to different work environments and work on different lines on different days and contribute different ideas on how to make the process better. Tom, anything you want to add?
I mean, you touched on most everything, but I think there was a question I answered earlier about, do you need experience, right? What experience do you need to start at Aspen? And I always say, you don't need any experience to start here, because some of the things that Paula alluded to and Susan, as far as work ethic, respect, kindness, coming with ideas. I mean, continuous improvement is a huge thing here in Caledonia, like it sounds like it is in GlobalTec. And we love, if you're someone who has ideas on how you can make things better, that's what we love. That's what Susan's always looking for. That's what I'm looking for. We do like people to have a little bit of fun as well. We have a culture committee where we constantly are coming up right now. Maybe not my favorite, but a lot of people love it, as the cutest pet thing that's going on right now. And everyone submits a photo and we vote and win. So you got to want to have some fun too. Working hard is important, but enjoying going to work is important as well. So yeah, I think that's about all I'd add to that.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. It's fun. I'm hearing a lot of fun at work. So Ed and Todd, what's your fun at work?
Our fun at work, pranks. A lot of guys prank each other.
We do have a good time together. The COVID definitely, we pre-COVID, of course, we had a lot of lunches together, a lot of time spent together. So we're finding new ways to do that. Funny, as this whole thing started, we had someone drive a high-low into the grass, which if anybody's ever been on a fork truck before knows that's a big no-no. So they're having a lot of fun right now teasing him and making him fill in the holes that he made. But there's a lot of fun in that. We install all the equipment that we build. So a lot of our teams get very close and build a lot of tight relationships with each other, especially out on the road. We'll spend a week or two out on the road together, and it's a long hours and it's hard work together, but that hard work builds a tight teamwork that is almost unbreakable. So our teams have a good time. Just accomplishing the goal. I mean, yeah, we do have a lot of fun stuff out too. We got the basketball hoops and the ping pong table. Ping pong tournaments are a big thing. I think we find ping pong balls on every machine that we ship because they get lost. But so there's a lot of fun stuff.
All right, so we know what to buy you for Christmas is ping pong balls. So you're set for that. My other question is, this is another one, because of COVID and we're all under this pandemic, how has it affected each of your organizations? Susan or Tom, I'll let you start first on this one.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start that. I mean, COVID has affected everything on Earth, right? Let's just be honest, not only at work, at home, everywhere. One thing we've had to do is we've had to adapt, right? We have some processes where people were working too close together. So we've had to listen to employees' ideas and find ways to adapt our processes so that we could meet customer demand, but yet keep everyone safe. So we're running a little bit thinner crew than we ever have, which also creates you have to get creative and find ways to become, solution makers. Not, one of the things that in a pandemic like this, it can be easy to be like, oh, poor me, I'm the a boo hoo. But at the end of the day, we have to find a way, right? And our teams here, I'm so proud of the operators on the floor and their ability to wear a mask every day at work, which is something that no one wants to do. But the reality is they do it because they want to protect each other and they know it's the right thing to do. So although it's been a challenge, there's parts of it that have really united, I think, our group, because coming together in times like these is really, it shows the character of a company, if you ask me. And I think Aspen has done a fantastic job making the best of a tough situation. Anything to add, Susan?
No, I think that's a good summary. I'd say the only thing I'd add is that we clean a heck of a lot more. So that's definitely a part of our day-to-day routine that has changed, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So
that and washing our hands much more often, everybody.
Exactly.
So, all right. Well, good. Anybody else have to add anything to that? How's it changed for your business?
I think we all have the same stories. So like I said, we were very blessed and fortunate to grow during this pandemic. We continue to grow. So that's a win-win for everyone. And we're doing very much the same things. We're just trying to still have fun in the workplace, but stay safe. So just staying one step ahead of this, and communication, a lot of communication, just to be very transparent and to educate and train, again, just to keep everyone safe. So
good. We're getting a lot of questions too about minimum age to work at your organizations, as well as around a range or starting pay. So if you can each talk to that.
Yeah, so we specifically target entry level. Like I said, we actually work with our local tech center quite a bit here, and 16 is the minimum age at JR, just a requirement. We really like in some other trades programs, like the Career Line Tech Center is able to get training agreement. There's the word I'm looking for. Gets a training agreement so we can get individuals who are students that are under 18 actually operating some of the equipment that they've been trained how to use at the Career Line Tech Center. But it's very difficult to use anything that you can't use a fork truck, you can't use a mill, you can't use a drill press until you're 18 years old. So just getting exposure into this environment, what's going on, small hand tools and wrenches we can use. So individuals who show interest will get started working on that. We start out no experience right out onto the shop floor. We start out at $10 an hour, but very quickly we put, like everybody's talking about on here, we put the employee in the driver's seat for their career. You take initiative, you work, show that you can do what you're supposed to be doing with no supervision. It's kind of with little supervision. It's one thing we try to see individuals' initiative, give them a list of tasks and see how they do with it without hounding them to get it done. If they take that initiative, quickly moving up the ranks, we start apprenticeship programs at $15 an hour. So you can quickly go up, starting at 10 in high school, and within a couple of years, making 50% more is a pretty good increase. So
wonderful. Paula.
yeah, here at GlobalTec, very similar. You can come in with no experience. The starting, if it's a direct, we often start with a temp agency. So no experience through a temp agency, be $11.50 per hour on the production floor. But then we are very quick to hire in. So we don't like to keep our temps as a temp for too long, especially if they're rock stars. We want to hire those individuals in. If we hire you directly, it is starting at $12, and then you're reevaluated at 60 days. And then every year there are merit increases based on performance.
Okay.
So as far as pay, we'll just get that one right out there. So we start off, it depends on if you're a temp or full-time, but if you're a temp, it starts off at 13 at the entry level. We do have, if you're working in our distribution center or our warehouse, you start at $14.25 as a temp. So And it goes all the way up to $16 an hour to start, depending on if you're a temp or full-time, but the range ultimately, depending on the role, is from 13 to 16 to start. So pretty good competitive wage to start. You don't need any experience. Like I said, we talked about all the things you need. And what was the other question? I'm sorry. There was another question you asked about besides pay.
I don't remember what it was now.
I swear that was a two-part question.
It was a two-part question.
They probably really only care about that part, though, quite frankly, right? If
There,
It was
there you go.
minimum age to work.
Oh, the minimum age.
That's what it was. Okay, thank you. I honestly don't want to speak for our HR team. I don't know that answer, but I do know I've been here 10 years and I've never seen anyone under 18 working in our facility. So I'm going to go with 18.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Well, we are at almost the top of the hour here. So I think I'm going to have to end this at this particular point. I know we didn't get to everybody's question, and there's some really good ones. So for students, I will be sending a follow-up email to your educators, which will have the names of our panelists and their email. So if your question didn't get answered directly, you can email them as well. So panelists, I thank you so much for your time. Students, if you want to watch this again, or if you want to see other webinars, please check out our Discover Manufacturing YouTube channel. They will all be there. Once you close out of this, again, you will have a survey to take. So please take that survey. We want to hear how we did. And within that survey as well, we have 6 $500 scholarships that we will be awarding. So please take a look at that information. And if you need anything, again, just talk to your teacher or contact Discover Manufacturing website. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time today, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.